Give us your answer. Will you have peace or war?
I will have war.
The third Hobbit film is the last piece of the puzzle. So ultimately, there will be 6 movies that become a grand story that you can see from beginning to end.
This was the last move in a master plan. A plan long in the making.
In the end, all these threads are going to intersect. Then people are going to see each story feeding into the other because they were always all part of the same story.
Before you came along, we Bagginses were very well thought of.
Hello, Mr. Bilbo.
Never had any adventures or did anything unexpected.
If you're referring to the incident with the dragon, I was barely involved. All I did was give your uncle a little nudge out of the door.
Can you promise that I will come back?
No. And if you do, you will not be the same.
Having done The Lord of the Rings, it was a joy for us to go back and to weave in threads and characters and setups that ultimately do pay off in The Lord of the Rings.
In The Hobbit, we also layer in and introduce the resurrection of Sauron. At the end of the Second Age, when Sauron was defeated, the White Council was formed to guard against the return of that evil.
There is something at work beyond the evil of Smaug. Something far more powerful. Sauron!
The Battle of the Five Armies is initiated by Sauron. His armies are going to make this attack. And so, ultimately, it is his first strike.
Why show his hand now?
Because we forced him. We forced him and the company of Thorin Oakenshield set out to reclaim their homeland. Sauron seeks control of the mountain. For where it lies, its strategic position.
If Sauron can take the Lonely Mountain, he begins to corner the kingdoms of the free peoples of Middle-earth.
Rivendell, Lorien, the Shire, even Gondor itself will fall.
And so the Battle of the Five Armies is really the first conflict in the War of the Ring.
It really is one of the most critical moments in the history of Middle-earth.
Up until this battle, the elves and the dwarves have been at each other's throats. And so you get finally the realization that there is a greater enemy that is more important for them to be fighting rather than each other, which takes you through into the Lord of the Rings.
This peril belongs to all Middle-earth. They must decide now how to end it.
It's the beginnings of the pieces of the puzzle that lead to the formation of the Fellowship and the great fight for Middle-earth.
But ultimately, the most important part of the battle to save Middle-earth is this little ring. It has a beautiful fatefulness about it, that the most unlikely person should find the most powerful object in Middle-earth.
One ring to rule them all. One ring to find them. One ring to bring them all. And in the darkness, find them.
Having done The Lord of the Rings first, we were able to bring to The Hobbit the importance of the very fateful moments that occur. Most importantly of all, the fact that Bilbo doesn't kill Gollum.
It's a pity Bilbo didn't kill him when he had the chance.
Pity? It was pity that stayed Bilbo's hand.
If Bilbo kills Gollum, Gollum is not there on Mount Doom to fall into the lava with the ring.
It's easy to say, you know, you don't deserve to exist. But there was something in Bilbo that stopped him from doing that.
The pity of Bilbo may rule the fate of men.
Which finally was the salvation for everyone.
One day I'll remember. Remember everything that happened, the good, the bad. And how lucky I am that I made it home.
Bilbo once told me his part in this tale would end, that each of us must come and go in the telling.
There and Back Again, A Hobbit's Tale by Bilbo Baggins, and The Lord of the Rings by Frodo Baggins. You finished it.
It's wonderful to see you, Gandalf! Bilbo, watch out for the dragon!
Loyalty, honor, a willing heart. I can ask no more than that.
Never thought I'd die fighting side by side with an elf.
What about side by side with a friend?
All you have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to you.
Even the smallest person can change the course of the future.